In this lesson, we're going to continue working on the floor plan design for lesson 3. So let's open up our drawing and we're going to start to build some of these rooms. And if you notice, it is giving these dimensions 11 feet, 6 foot 3 inches, and such. So I could either make construction lines, but I have found that by actually making the dimensions themselves, it makes my life a little bit easier, less steps. So we can scale in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my linear, and I'm going to start looking, and I'm essentially transcribing all the dimensions that I have on my drawing, and I'm going to type in 11 feet, and then move to the right and snap it in place. And I'm going to continue to do this. So it's 11 feet. The next one is 6 foot 3 inches, and I snap it to be very careful to snap at that end point, and then I'm pointing my mouse up on the y-axis, and I'll type in 6 foot 3 inches, and I'll keep it horizontally and vertically justified by snapping on each other. And I'm going to just continue this all the way up this side here. So I have the polar snap. I'm snapping on the wall, making sure I have that gap. And then I'm pointing my mouse up, and in this case, it'll be 5 feet dash 5, and enter. And you'll see it's 5 feet dash 5 inches. And then I'll go ahead and put the last one on this side of the floor plan, and this will be 7 feet dash 4, and snap it on so they're vertically aligned. And so what that does is it gives me the indicator where I will be putting these walls. So I need to extend this wall out. So if I already have that wall though, it's probably easiest just to build off of that. And I can go either way here. So draw, multi-line, and then the justification. Remember, the top is to the right, the bottom is to the left, and so I'll type in, this wall is actually 2 feet 8 inches, so I type in 2 feet 8, and then I will go ahead and just verify that. And remember that is more of a construction wall. I'll be deleting that. So let's go to the multi-line here, justification, and it's on the bottom. And then I'll snap it to the wall on the left. And I should be able to just verify that just by looking at it, that it is 11 feet. All right, so now this is kind of the same procedure. I find this is the fastest way to do it. You can either do construction lines, but this is what I find to be easiest. So let's go, and we're going to go to our multi-line, and then you have to be really careful of these, how you do this. So this is going to be 8 foot. So I want to just go ahead and put that in here. And then I'll go with my line here, and I'm basically going to drag that down and snap it. And it's important that that 8 foot is on the inside of that wall. And remember, the top is to the right, the bottom is to the left in the justification. And so that should be 2 feet 6 inches up. And then I'm going to build my little door that's 2 feet 8 inches. And this, again, I think is the fastest way to do it. And I can also make sure everything's aligned properly. And then I push enter. All right, so just we want to verify as you go along, make sure all these, now I'll go here and let's just click this multi-line, and we're going to select the open T, and it takes a couple clicks here. Just sometimes you get the dimensions, which makes it a little tricky, and get both of them, and you should have that opening. It looks good. And I'm going to show you in a minute, if in case you mess it up, how to fix this, and I'm going to purposely help you out here in a moment. Okay, so let's look at this one here. It's 5 feet 5 inches. So we've got this 6 foot 3 foot wall here. So let's go to the multi-line, and it should be on the, all right, let's see where we are here. So if you take that and you extend it out, it should snap. So this actually should be on the bottom, but let's just pretend like we're going to go ahead and work here because I can fix this. So let's type in, I basically adding 9'7" plus 5 inches. So I typed in 10 foot 5 inches, right? So 9 feet 7 inches plus the wall thickness, right? So the overall is 10 feet 5 inches. And you're going to have to use your math here to do it. So let's type in, I'm going to add the dimension here. And again, this might seem counterintuitive to put your dimensions in first, but it's a great way to verify as you're building this. All right, so justification, remember that top is to the right and bottom is to the left. So in this case, we're going to select its top, and then I'll select the bottom. And so meaning that the wall goes to the right, and you'll have to play around with that to really understand what I'm talking about. And this one comes up 2 feet. And so let's do that right here. I accidentally made that. Do that again. Okay, so here I'm showing, so if you would go to the bottom, it would go to the left, and that's what we don't want, right? So we want to make sure it's to the right. So again, you want to play around with that just to make sure you're getting that. Okay, so, and then let's just go ahead and verify that. And again, you can always click on the text and just move it to where you want. It's a little tight in there, but I'm trying to follow that drawing as best I can. I prefer the arrows than the little tick marks. And you can actually make your own arrows if you're really fancy. Okay, so let's continue working here. And we're gonna just continue working on closing up all these walls. And so this is actually the door, but I've left it here on purpose because it'll let me easily build off of it. And so then I can delete it. I don't need that. That's where the door is. So you always want to verify your dimensions as you go along. And I'm going to show you how to, because we made an error here on this wall, but we're going to fix that in the next lesson here. So it's all good. All right, so you want to verify everything. So if I would actually dimension that, I would be off by 5 inches, the one above it, 2 feet 8 inches. All right, so let's just keep working here because we can always go back and fix things here. So let's go ahead and the open T here. We want to put a line there. All right, we want to get rid of that line right there. So there it is. And it's active, so I can just keep clicking and on those T's and getting rid of the that intersection. And so I'm going to show you in the next lesson how to actually put that line back in case you made an error here. So we've got this corner, and be careful you're not selecting the dimensions, and you are pretty much there. So just view everything and inspect your drawing, and you've completed the exercise.